Hello dear students, in this video we're going to continue our chapter about the nutrition and about the animals. Here in this slide, let's refresh your memory about the three types of food diet classification. We have omnivore, herbivore, carnivore. Herbivore, they are animals that consume food of plant origin. Carnivore, they are animals that consumes food of animal origin only, while omnivore, they are animals that eat food of both plant and animal origin. So let's repeat it. Animals that eat food of plant origin only, from this word herbs, so they are herbivore, while animals that eat food of animal origin only, they are referred to as carnivore, while animals that eat food of both plant and animal origin, they are referred to as omnivore. So we have three types of food diet. Herbivore, they consume herbs only, they consume plants only, so they are called herbivore. Carnivore, they consume food of plant and animal origin, while omnivore, they consume food of animal and plant origin. So predator, we said that the predator is an animal that hunt another animal and feed on it, while the prey is an animal killed and eaten by the predator. We can take the case of, for example, let's say the dog and small birds. Let's say a bird and a dog. So the dog is the predator and the prey it's the bird. Here we have some sense organs used by falcon, bat, ant, and dog. We have the sense organ used by the falcon, it's the eyes, and the sense is the vision. And the bats, they use the ears as sense organs, and the sense is hearing. The ant use antenna as a sense organ, touching and smelling as the sense, nose as a sense organ for the dog, smelling as sense. Also, we have this experiment that we have explained before. Two colored and empty sacs, they are presented to the grasshoppers. One is green and the other is yellow. The variable factor, or the variable, which means the difference, is the color. The sac. So here in this experiment, which is the first experiment about the grasshopper, the variable factor is the color of the sac. The first one is green and the second one is yellow in color. So they are presented to the grasshopper. One is green and the other one is yellow. So the grasshopper moved toward the green sac and not the yellow. So the green sac attracted the grasshopper. Second experiment, two small sacs, they have the same color and they are made of tissue permeable to odor. It allows the odor to go through it. And they are presented to the grasshopper. One of them contains herbs, mean that plants, and the other contains sand. So here, the result is the grasshopper is attracted to the one containing the herbs and not the one containing the sand. Grasshopper, three main sense organ: antenna for smelling and touching. We have the eyes for vision and the palps for tasting. Here we move for the movement, the capture, harvesting, and the consumption of food. The diving beetle is known to swim in water, swimming to move toward the prey. So the tool that is used to capture or to harvest the prey is the legs. So the diving beetle, it uses the legs to capture or to harvest the prey, to catch it. While the falcon flies in order to move toward the rabbit and to catch it using the claws and the beak. The cheetah is known to jump or propel in order to move toward its prey. So it uses the claws and the Here also the horse. The horse, it moves by running or by walking toward the food he wants to consume. So it moves toward the food that it wants to consume and it uses the teeth in order to get the food. Herbivores, they consume food of plant origin. All of you know that herbivores consume food of plant origin. This food, it's steady in the ground. It doesn't move like the case of the plants, like the case of the trees. It's steady in the ground, doesn't move, meaning that it's still. Still meaning it doesn't move. It's not mobile, immobile. While carnivores, they consume food of animal origin. So they consume food of animal origin. So mostly it's mobile, like the case, for example, of let's say the cheetah is going to hunt a deer, let's say. So the deer is a food of animal origin and it's mobile. Okay? You have to know that the herbivores, from now on, we don't want to say herbivores they eat. Herbivores, you have to say they harvest their food. So harvest, H, H. Herbivores, they harvest their food. While carnivores, they capture their food. From now on, whenever we have a herbivore meaning that it harvests the food, while the carnivore captures the food. Okay, so pay attention from now on. HHCC. HH, herbivore, harvest. And CC, carnivores, they capture. So CC, HH, herbivores, they harvest, carnivores, they capture. So this table is summarizing all what we have. Talk about the beetle, the falcon, the rabbit, the horse, and the cheetah. The beetle, it moves by swimming. So the capture or harvesting tool is the legs. Okay? While the falcon is going to fly, and the capture or the harvest tool here, falcon feeds on animals, so carnivore. So the capture tool is the beak and the claws. Rabbit, jump or propel, and the harvesting tool, since it's a herbivore, is the teeth. The horse, walking and running, and the harvesting tool is the teeth. And also the cheetah jumps or propel, and cheetah is a carnivore, and the capturing tool is the claws and the teeth. Herbivores, they have developed incisors to cut food and to grind it into small pieces, while they have developed molars to grind the food. So instead they cut the food and grind it into small pieces, and developed molar to grind the food to be digested easily. So you have to be careful about this. Herbivores, they have developed incisors to cut the food, while they have developed molars to grind the food. Also, we will study in the coming slide that carnivores, they have developed canines and molars in order to tear the food. Okay? Developed canines and molars. Let's see what the meaning of it is. These incisors, and this is the teeth of a tiger. So these are the incisors. These are the incisors that found here in this region. These are the canine, and here they are the molars. So as we said, herbivores, they have developed incisors to cut the food into smaller pieces, and they have developed molars in order to grind. So they have developed incisors here before, and they have developed molars to grind the food. While, as we said, the carnivores, they have developed canines. So carnivores, they have developed canines. For they are called as fangs, and they have developed molars in order to tear the. Here, as I said, carnivores, they have developed canines, fangs, and molars to tear the foot. Okay? Butterfly has a special organ. This is called proboscis. So a butterfly unrolls its proboscis as shown in the figure here. This is used to suck the nectar of the flower by the butterfly. So it has a tool, a special tool, which is called proboscis. So the butterfly unrolls its proboscis and sucks the nectar from the flowers. So the tool here for the butterfly is the proboscis, and you have to pay attention for this. Proboscis, as known, it's a mouth part, and it can be elongated so that it can suck the nectar. So as I said, the butterfly, it has a special tool which is called the proboscis. This proboscis is a mouth-like part, and it's used for sucking nectar when elongated. So this is the proboscis, which is a mouth part elongated in a tube, and it's used for the sucking of the nectar. Here, the snail rasp means that scratches leaves, chopping them or cutting them into smaller pieces as shown in this figure. This will be the process before swallowing the leaves of the trees, and the snail will rasp them, will scratch the leaves and cut them into smaller pieces, and before swallowing these pieces of leaves. So as a summary in this presentation, we identified that we have different tools. We have, for example, the diving beetle, it has the legs, the falcon, the claws and the beaks, the rabbit, it has the teeth, the horse, it also has the teeth, and the cheetah, it has the claws and the teeth. We have discovered that the herbivores, they have developed incisors to cut food and developed molars to grind the food. So herbivores, they have these, while the carnivores, they have developed canines and molars in order to tear. We have discovered that we have the butterfly has a special tool, which is proboscis, which is used by the butterfly to suck the nectar when elongated. We discovered that the snail rasps or scratches the leaves and cutting them into smaller pieces before swallowing them. You have to know that the herbivores, they use the the food of plant origin, which is still, which is immobile, it doesn't move, this type of food. Whereas the carnivores, they consume food of animal origin, mostly they are mobile one. And you have to know that the herbivores, they harvest their food, so you have to be careful in this term. The herbivores harvest, HH, herbivores harvest their food, whereas, and to be careful, herbivores harvest their food which is still, okay, and the carnivores, they capture their food which is immobile, which is moving. So the herbivores, as I said, herbivores H, harvest, start with the letter H, and carnivores C, it start with the letter C, capture their food. And this difference between them, from now on we don't want to say herbivores they eat, we have to say herbivores they harvest the food, while the carnivores, they capture their food. And the case of herbivores, the food, it's still, it's immobile, it doesn't move, while in the case of carnivores, the food is moving. And we determined the different types of food: carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores. And we studied the terms predator and prey. Okay, guys, thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.